Let's talk about video. Video's such a huge part of music now in a way that it wasn't in the past. So how do you coach an artist or work with an artist to get their identity integrated into the video that they use?
Yeah, videos as we used to know them, we're almost always just focused on a particular song, right? And then the videographer would come up with a vision of what the song was about, and you'd have to watch the whole video to kind of get the point or follow the story and narrative all the way to the end. Very different now. Viewership rates go off a cliff, probably 30 seconds in. Watching a music video, traditional music video to the end, is probably something most people don't do. It's just changed a lot. So when I work with artists and talk about video production or working with a videographer, it's very similar to matching with a photographer. You might want to find a videographer that does work that aesthetically feels on brand for you. So there's a matchmaker quality to this. And then I will sometimes have artists do what we call a brand bite, which is really making your mission statement or your resonant frequency come to life visually. They're short form videos. They can be a minute long, 2 minutes long, but they allow you to cut them down into small little digestible bites, right? Which can be used across multiple platforms, right? They can be used across all types of social media usages. It's a really effective tool to communicate who you are through video form. It can be like a teaser video. A publicist can use it when they're pitching. You can pitch it to a venue. You can pitch it to a label, to managers. You can pitch it to anybody where they watch it and within 15, 30 seconds, they understand your world. It's like a branded video for your project, but it's driven from the identity work.
Gotcha.
And I think that's a valuable tool. You're starting to see more of these pop up. Even iconic artists will do these almost like establishment videos. Billie Eilish has a great one. Within a year of her really blowing up, they put out one, I think it's titled Her Story as Told by Her. Right? So this is like origin story meets mission statement, ethos, resonant frequency, all in one. And it's really powerful, and it's a different way of looking at a video. You're watching a bit of a story about who the person is. It's going to have the music element of their music in it, but it's not about following a song and following a story in how we always traditionally watched music videos. So this is how it's showing up more these days. So when I coach an artist about doing video work, I try to make the video purposeful rather than let's make a music video because that's what artists do.
Right.
Rather than a box to check, it becomes a purposeful tool that you create, that you or anybody on your team can use for whatever purpose they need it.
I think that video is another challenge on top of photograph. Like it's a whole nother beast. It's not just a moment, it's like a string of moments. And it's in the artists that we spoke to for the course, they all found this to be one of the most challenging parts of translating their identity.
Video is starting to get there, but photography became easier to execute over the years. Like with people with their iPhones can get pretty good shots, right? And photographers became more versatile. They became less expensive. Executing photo shoots was just quicker, just because of how nimble it became. And I think video is starting to get there. You see when artists make videos on their iPhones, and like they can be pretty competitive if they're edited and done right and shot with some skill. But it's always been this bigger production.
Yeah, more expensive.
More expensive and a bigger production, and just people know less videographers than they know photographers.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do I even begin? That's why in my work with artists, I start with, why are we making a music video? Right? We always start with why. Why are we doing it? Is it just because that you feel you're supposed to? Let's figure out what its purpose is going to serve and then figure out how to execute it. That's an approach that the people taking this course, as they're starting to build their brand and build their brand identity, and then start to make it come to life, and they get to the video section, before it's like, who do I know as a videographer? How am I going to do this or afford this? It's, why am I doing it? What's the purpose of the video? How am I going to use it? How are other people going to use it? So I make this almost like a Swiss Army knife tool. Or you can go the traditional route, but this is just another way to look at it through the lens of brand identity to create something that's a little bit more useful.